the American University in Cairo organized film screening and philosophical discussion for Uthman Sambin film A Black Girl, the film from 1966.
The main girl in the movie, this black girl, for her, freedom was killing herself to be free of the slavery of her bosses, of her life conditions, but not only what she was living within this employment, but I think also life in general. Freedom, as a black woman in the 60s, I mean, that was very rare, but I think even nowadays, it still is for a lot of black people. And not only black people, but also immigrants, because she was also an immigrant. I myself very much identify with that because I am a black woman. I come from a colonized country, Dominican Republic, and also I'm an immigrant in the United States. So it was really eye-opening to see the different part of the spectrum that people were on. Some people saw a lot of meaning in this movie, some people didn't.
Diwana, Senegalese woman, set off for France with stars in her eyes, but her Parisian dream quickly fades as she's stuck surfing a family, alone and unseen, and ends her life at the end of this journey.
I mean, there's a question of whether the main character in this film is even should be considered as engaged in work or not, right? I mean, it's sort of work on the face of it, but really it's slavery. It's very important to be able to both feel grief and to feel remorse and to communicate that to people in order to actually have human relations. And I think that's a theme that comes out in this film.
After screening, a discussion took place where students show their opinion about the film and say their view about what they see and discussion the problem that film explore.
I think this movie is from the 60s, but it's still very pertinent, the themes discussed by the movie, and the question of labor and domestic labor. I think this is still, what rights domestic workers have. And I think it's still a very pertinent topic. It's still being discussed today in different countries. And it's amazing how after almost 50 years, this is still a question that's being debated. Yeah.
From the discussion, that is what I see, that this movie allows us to think about what kind of world do we want to create, who human beings are, what they do to themselves. Are they mean? Are they selfish? Are they kind? How do you extend your kindness? How do you sympathize, even in a situation where you are objectified? Having this lady coming from a colonized country into France and living within that power dynamics where she's black and she's working for whites, first of all, it means that she's lower ranked. And now, secondly, there's a certain power that crushes her. And she finds herself in a box where she's finding it difficult to express herself, to make her points known. And for her, the only way of striking a point, the only way of claiming her freedom, the only way of expressing her views is to take her life, to liberate herself, and to be known for who she is, rather than just a maid. It's very hurtful, it's very sad.